coming to you with another video on this. Uh, we still to talk about the theme is main justice. And serious piece, and it's such a serious theme. This is why we continue to talk about it. Now, we say the theme is maintaining justice under establishing truth, but there's so many discussions and topics that we talk about under that theme. So maintaining justice is the main theme. Establishing truth is an attachment to that. So with that being said, one of the things that we last video we were just giving you some basic questions where you can about and just kind of reflect on. As I said, if you have any comments that you want to give me some feedback, uh, send me some comments, give me some feedback. Otherwise, if you got any questions or whatever, give me that too. The other thing I want to encourage you to do too is that when you uh, our video on YouTube and Facebook, wherever you catch it at, always hit the subscribe button. That way, when I'm doing something or coming on or having some live, you'll be notified. And pass it on to other individuals if you can, if you will, to my YouTube channel. That way. As soon as I get some, soon as I'm putting something out there, you'll be in the loop and you'll be able to pick it up and you'll be able to hear it first and foremost. So, uh, mention you about just briefly, if I will, if I could, some of the things that are going on in today's time, and you see this right before your eyes. Um, Movement towards maintaining justice commands us. Bismillah. In maintaining justice, Allah says and tells us that in order to maintain justice, you have to be just between the people, with the people, between the people, however you may choose. But thing to that, in judging between people, you have to show fairness. Always has to be fairness. So, I said this on the last video. I want to mention this again. So many of the Christians and even some Muslims, they talk about the Republican Party and how close that is to Islam or close it is to whatever they believe. But how can it be that close, and how can it be that closeness like you say you profess it to be, when there's no justice being exhibited? And the Holy Quran instruct us, it calls us, it demands for us to maintain justice. So how is that so? Because if a person is not and shows fairness in their deliberation, in their judgment with the people, then how can that be close to something that's right? See? Well, and that people about when is the protesting, when is the demonstration, when is the movement, actually asking the question, when is the movement is going to stop? And if I recall, and you can go back and check history out on this, if I recall, the movement has never stopped. We made a big error, a big mistake when Obama got in office, and we thought he was going to solve all the problems. At least maybe maybe thought he was going to solve the race problem. Maybe we got excited at the fact of having a black president. Maybe we got excited. But as far as the movement, that's against social injustice and institutionalized racism and oppression, that movement has never stopped. It's never ceased. People just got distracted for a minute or two because we had a black president, and we forgot that uh, no one was going to solve those racial problems and solve the problem of institutionalized racism, social injustice. No one's going to solve that. This is an ongoing movement, and I simply pose a question to those people who say going to stop. Enough is enough. We should be stopping. We should be doing this. We shouldn't be doing that. We've had enough. There don't need to be any more demonstration, protests, and rioting. Well, I also say to those people, ask yourself a simple question. If you can be honest and be fair about the question and answer, then look at it in a rational, fair way. If you can do that. From I stopped since the murder of George Floyd, and mind you, there's a difference between murder and killing. We talk about black, brown, and yellow and poor people, they always say killing. We have to reclassify that and say murder because that's what it is. We have to call it like it is. It's murder. We have to call it. We expect there to be any peace when there's no justice. The two go together. I'll say it again. How do we expect there to be any peace when there's no justice? Say this to you too. Our brother, our young Muslim brother who was missing almost for a year here in Des Moines, Abdul Sharif, they have decided, the authorities have decided that he committed suicide. We believe that the authorities are lying. We believe their findings are not true. We believe they are false. And we believe our brother Abdul Sharif, we believe he was murdered. He is Jan Master J, the DJ for Run DMC. They caught the people who murdered him. Now after 18 years, so it's not impossible that when they make a ruling or they make a finding, it's not to be true, it's not to be so. Because after 18 years, they found who murdered Jan Master J after 18 years. So this idea of closing the case, saying it was suicide, we don't accept that. We don't believe it. We think it's a lie. The authorities, we think all that what they said is a lie because we believe Abdul Sharif, our young brother here in Des Moines, I would believe he was murdered. That's so. Just make so the other two that when you look the climate of things in today's time, and like the wicked, the Quran talks about the wicked will never be successful. It may on some fronts that they are. It may appear on some fronts that they are doing certain things, but trust me, trust me, trust me, Allah knows best. The wicked will never be successful. As much as they try, they will never be successful. We have to believe that. We have to know that the evildoers, the wrongdoers, the wicked ones, the wicked will never be successful. Falsehood will never be successful. And they of wickedness. These wicked who murder black people day in and day out, who have been shooting and drawing guns, putting young children on the ground, handcuffing them all over the place. They will not be successful. The wicked, we call it wicked because their behavior and their attitude and their conduct is wicked to the core. And so you ask the question, when is this going to stop? When is the movement going to stop? It you can. Respect. I said this before and I want to repeat myself again. You can it to be any kind of peace when there's no justice. So do what they are doing. And why should people just sit back and don't take no kind of action, don't protest, march, demonstrate, rally, whatever? Why should they sit back? And as I said, the wicked will never be successful. For all those people out there who coincide, who sympathize with the wicked ones, just remember that the wicked will be successful. That's what it may appear. Sometimes things can appear to be a certain way, and it's what it is. It's really not representing what's going on. So, regardless of the wicked may appear, just remember that the wicked are successful. They will never be successful at all. The other thing is too, the young involved in this movement for justice and against oppression and institutionalized racism. We encourage you to keep doing what you are doing, to keep marching, protesting, demonstrating, rallies, to keep doing it, to keep the pressure up, because there needs to be pressure applied to the evildoers, to the wrongdoers, to the wicked ones. There needs to be pressure applied to them all the time, 24/7. And so these wicked who murder black people, when you take the protests to the police stations or the various places you take them, also don't forget to take it to their house. See, you got a prosecutor in your city that won't prosecute these police officers. Take a march or protest to their office and to their house too. Put pressure on them, the wicked ones, see, who do not want to deal with fairness, does not want to deal with justice. They want to cover and cover the wicked ones up. They want to hide the wicked ones, the evildoers. They want to hide them. They have to be exposed. The cover has to be snatched off of them to show them for what and who they are. And we say once again, the wicked will not be successful. They will not be successful. So, this morning, once again, talking about maintaining justice / establishing the truth.